Saying this feels pretty crazy, almost as crazy as me filming this long YouTube video whilst sick. But soon enough, your clients will not be finding your business directly. Yep, I said it. And I know it sounds confusing, and I know there's so much happening with AI, and our future with AI is uncertain, and things are progressing at such a speedy pace. However, if I can say one thing about AI for certain, is that the future of AI is not about replacement, it's actually about adaptation. And this video is all about how you can future-proof your business for this huge and massive AI shift that is happening. First, I want to start off this video with a quote by Sir Aravind, who is the CEO of Perplexity, which is a $20 billion company per their recent valuation with investors like Jeff Bezos. He said, "The future belongs to those who can leverage AI to create value and save time." And I was actually watching an interview of his with Marina Magilko, who's Silicon Valley girl, who I actually interviewed at ManyChat Summit. Super exciting. And his prediction is that by 2030, people will have personalized AI agents who are doing their shopping and also selecting their services. If you actually look at where we're heading as a society, I don't know if you watched this movie. I think it's by Disney. It's called WALL-E. It's about this cute little adorable robot, and I think it's like year 2000 or 3000, whatever. Basically, we're in the future. This is definitely very pessimistic, but what you're seeing are these people floating, not even on planet Earth, because Earth has basically been destroyed and there's no more life there anymore. These people are floating in space, and they're in their giant chairs, and when they press a button, they get fed. When they press a button, they drink water. They're not walking anymore. All of the friction that once was part of life is no longer there, okay? If you think about shopping, as a business owner, you think about your customers, right? Client acquisition. So if you get into the mind of your consumer, no matter who your customer is, because AI is all about taking that friction away, people won't be doing their own shopping anymore, because you knows you better than anyone besides your spouse, your AI agent. Correct. Now, of course, this quote by Sir Aravind could have been said because he literally has an AI agent company and he's being very optimistic about it. However, if you put where AI is going in general, and also the fact that people are already finding businesses and products with AI, that is definitely where we're heading. In fact, one of our recent clients for VFactor Social found us through ChatGPT. He searched up what are the best boutique personal branding agencies that are up and coming, and VFactor Social actually comes up first if you do that. So I dare you to open ChatGPT right now, or Google Gemini, or whatever AI you use, and search up best boutique personal branding agency that is up and coming, and I can pretty much guarantee that we will come up. And if we don't, and you send me a screenshot to my Instagram, VFactor Social, I will buy you a coffee. So what does this all mean for us founders? Well, my analytical glasses come off. That means that now if you have a company, you or your team, or both of you guys, must market not only towards humans to get customers and build brand awareness and build up your brand, but also you have to market towards algorithms. And the strategies for the two are a little bit different. I'll touch on that in part 3. However, in terms of optimizing your marketing teams, repetitive work, automated. That should not be a thing anymore. Personally, as somebody who's been creating content for most of my life, I am just waiting for an editing software that can take all of the chopping they have to do for a single video and just automate it. So I can be creative and I can be like, hey, add these kinds of text overlays here. Hey, add this kind of imagery here. So basically, if you have a marketing team, here's what you can actually automate. This is what we do inside VFactor Social. Scheduling content. Typically what we do is we use a third-party platform later, upload all the content for our clients there, and then drag and drop where each video should be posted. So then that way we don't have to think, oh, 6 a.m. on a Monday, gotta post the video for our clients. It doesn't work that way. What we do not schedule is Instagram stories, because you want to be able to add music and interactive polls and stickers and whatnot to it. So that has to be done by hand. 2, creating captions. What's actually insanely cool, and what we like to do for our clients, our goal in terms of using AI is to make it sound as humanly possible, like the client that we're creating the content for. So let's say, for example, our client creates long form YouTube video content. What we can do is go into Perplexity, have Perplexity transcribe and watch the entire video, generate a transcript, continue working in Perplexity, or switch over to ChatGPT, have the transcript either from a long form YouTube video or maybe from a meeting with a client, and then paste it into Chat. Chat gets trained on it, and say, write the caption about this topic incorporating these keywords and sound exactly like John Doe. 3, analytics. All of that is automated. We have multiple systems in place where data and analytics from videos and posts from different platforms automatically get pulled and top performing content gets identified. So then that way it's a lot easier to look at that top performing content and see what kind of videos can we recreate, what kind of videos can we refilm in this way, what's working, what's not. It just makes spotting trends a lot easier, and trends are spotted by humans. And also repurposing content. Now, in terms of what work should be kept human, I believe, foundational belief at V-Factor Social, all work that has to do with creativity. AI is not creative. It is like an echo chamber. The only ways we really use AI is to structure information or do the boring, repetitive tasks that I told you about. So for example, you as a client of V-Factor Social, your brand voice, your tone, your unique perspective, your strategy, that is all human domain. AI cannot come up with that. The strategy sessions that we do for each and every single one of our clients when we start working together, AI cannot possibly fathom to ask those kinds of questions or to really create that 20,000-foot overview of your business that goes from high-level strategy all the way down to the tactics, which is very tangible. And another thing that also should be kept human, and we'll touch on this in part 3, is actually copywriting, especially if you're tailoring it to the algorithms. AI doesn't actually like AI information. What you should use AI for is create outlines for your text, for example, or have your team members do that, but then actually fill in the blanks yourselves. You can have AI generate something for you, but then you obviously have to rewrite it for it to sound human. Otherwise, it cannot accurately pull that information and help increase the visibility of your business. The biggest takeaway here is that AI saves time. It does not replace originality. We have two critical systems at play. We have SEO, search engine optimization, and we have GEO. So here I'll go through both of them and explain the difference. First, SEO is the one that you're probably most familiar with. To put it in simple terms, SEO focuses on ranking in search results. i.e., if you run a plumbing company and I, as a potential customer, search up best plumbing in Orange County, California, and you show up in the first 3 results, that means your company has good SEO. It is search engine optimized. And how you do this is by including specific keywords or phrases in your website and now in your social media. Because what Google did recently is when you're searching for plumbing in California, or you ask a question like, how does plumbing work if I hire a plumbing company? Instead of just search results that are blogs, what also starts coming up are short form videos. And how do you think those get pulled into Google SEO? So this is website and social captions. Pardon the messy handwriting. Now, GEO is all of that, but on steroids. It's all about getting cited or featured in AI-generated responses. So here, you're trying to target LLMs, large language models. Think ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, which is more of an AI agent, but nonetheless. So up until a certain point, this used to just make up visibility, plus of course, social media. Now it is both. And how GEO works is actually very similar to SEO, except you take a couple of extra steps outside of just focusing on ranking and using those keywords. That is why at V-Factor Social, one of our newest services, SEO we've been doing for some time, but we also launched GEO for our clients. Because if we go back to our original point, consumers are now making more and more of their decisions with AI, because also a lot of people believe that AI is the truth and the optimal truth, which is deeply unfortunate. However, some of our clients, if you actually search up on ChatGPT, what is the best, and then use their keywords in their niche, they actually come up in the top 3 because we've been doing SEO work all along, and GEO just takes that to an extra level, an extra step. I would recommend focusing on GEO right now, honestly, for all businesses, but especially if you're in a niche that's pretty competitive and you need to stand out. A little pro tip in terms of where AI actually pulls information from, its favorites and preferences are 1, trusted and trustworthy publications like Forbes, Time Magazine, Huffington Post. That is why a lot of our clients are featured in those publications. And 2, Reddit is a big one. 3 is YouTube. And these are in no particular order, by the way. These are just the AI preferences. And then, of course, your own website and your own social media. Now, let's talk about what a weekly AI-powered content system would look like to you as a founder with a marketing team that may or may not be V-Factor Social. I'm kidding. So you can actually steal this, take this, disperse this amongst your team, but this will save you a lot of time. Monday, we have research trends and collect audience data. You can do so using Perplexity, and you can also do so using ChatGPT. One thing is social media platforms, for example, take Instagram. Instagram has a new app relatively new. It's called edits. So basically, it is what CapCut is to TikTok, except it's a little bit more in-depth. It's great at trend spotting for your audience, and sometimes if you post a viral video and it gets a ton of comments, it even summarizes the main takeaways from that entire comment section for you, which is pretty cool. So when I say audience data, I of course mean general audience demographics, which just log into all of your social media apps, screenshot everything. Then you can send those screenshots to ChatGPT and be like, hey, instead of having a 70% male audience, I want to have a 50% male audience, a 50% female audience. Generate content ideas based on the content strategy that I can implement in order for me to achieve that goal. But in terms of also researching trends, Perplexity is great for that because it is an agent. ChatGPT also has agents, so you can prompt it that way. It can look through hundreds of websites for you and just collect trends. For example, I can task ChatGPT agent, hey, research some of the more popular articles by trusted news outlets about personal branding and summarize what they're saying. And then I can take that and turn that into content. That brings me to Tuesday, which is when you're going to script, post, and create some email copy. As we talked about, it's important to own your audience, so email marketing is not going anywhere. In fact, it is strengthening. For scripting posts, ChatGPT is great. Just make sure it's aligned to exactly how you sound and it doesn't use any M-dashes and it doesn't use emojis, overly so. Now moving on to Wednesday. Wednesdays can be your film and also visual design and video producing days. So filming, pretty self-explanatory. You have all the scripts lined up. All you have to do is just sit down in different locations and pump out content. In terms of producing and designing visuals, our team uses Canva. Adobe is also awesome. And for producing video, I would not personally, if you're aiming for quality, replace your humanness and just have a HeyGen AI avatar of you. I think if you're targeting a very mature audience, they may not be able to spot the difference, but if you show this to anybody Gen Z like myself, I can tell it's AI. But AI is pretty great for generating B-roll on top of your content. Creator Roberto P. Nixon, and I actually saw him at the ManyChat Summit, he actually said that he uses AI generating tools to create that beautiful B-roll that he has at the top of his video screens. However, how he films content is he puts a camera, he sits down, and so he doesn't replace himself, but he does create those AI B-roll, which saves him a lot of time instead of actually manually filming it. Thursday, you're going to be repurposing your long form content, i.e. YouTube videos. You can do so using Opus, but you can also have a social media manager or a video editor just go into that long form video, and as they're editing it, just cut out tiny clips of it. Opus is not the best, it's not the worst. It's like I would say a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7 if you train it well. Just make sure to select the clips that are actually intentional. And on Friday, you're going to be automating email flows and analyzing metrics. The main idea of this video section is to replace manual effort with systems so that you can actually spend more time thinking and being creative, i.e. don't have ChatGPT come up with content ideas for you. Come up with content ideas yourself or have your team do that and have chat structure it and turn it into, for example, a video script outline. Then you can later fill in with your own words. That's exactly what I'm actually doing here. So, all right, to my analysis systems glasses come back on for the closing of this video. My voice is barely holding on, so wish you luck in the comments. Personally, I believe that the founders who will win in the next 5 years will not be the ones who are fully replacing people and using AI instead. It will also not be the ones who have the biggest marketing teams. It will be the founders who have the smartest and highly optimized marketing systems in place alongside some really awesome and really creative individuals, such as our entire team at Factor Social. Automate the repetitive, protect the creative, and ensure that your business is set up for visibility not only for humans and your customers, but also for the AI algorithms. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the future of marketing in the comments, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you're interested in growing your brand online and making it visible not only to humans, but also to algorithms, then you know who to call. Factor Social. I will pick up your call. So go to our website, www.vfactorsocial.com, and fill in the application form to work with us. We're a boutique agency and we care about your business as much as we care about your own. We're your growth partner. Bye. See you in the next video. And hopefully I'm feeling awesome by then.